Yo, what up, boxing world? Everybody out there in What's Blazing Land, we are here live. All right, guys, just give me a few seconds. I want to make sure everything is feeding right to YouTube. And looks like it is. Guys, what's going on? It's your boy T-Dub. What's Blazing in Sports? We are here live. You see the subject. You see what Omar did to Robert Guerrero. Wow, guys. Wow. I would say Robert has definitely been one of those guys that kind of grown on me a little bit over the years. So, guys, like, with some people, with some fighters out there, you might just see them fight here and there, but when you see them so often, you get a little bit of their background, and you see them reach for the mountaintops, and sometimes you just become a fan of that fighter, and you want to see that fighter do well. Obviously, not against somebody that you favor more than him, but you kind of just want to see the guys bounce back, especially since Robert Guerrero has taken some tough losses lately. Guys, give me a second. Looks like I may be freezing up. I hope it's not showing on your end, but give me a second. I'm going to double check something real quick. Make sure we get this popping. Guys, I think we're going to be in for a good show. Probably not a long show because it was not a long fight. But the picture, what you see on the screen, this is from the first round. This is Robert Guerrero versus Omar, and what I want to point out right here, guys, is if you look at Robert Guerrero, look at his stance, look at his posture, look at his hands, look at his chin, look at all those good things that's in front of you. Look at the spacing. Now, in the first round, you actually got a really good Robert Guerrero. He was throwing that lead jab to the stomach. He was coming back. He was using distance a little bit. He was, for the first round, he boxed Omar Figueroa up, pretty nicely. He even got pretty aggressive at times in the first round. Toward the back half of the first round, he started doing something that he shouldn't have been doing throughout the fight, and that's getting way too close, making it an inside fight. I'm not sure what made him do this. I know some years ago, guys, he used to be a pretty good boxer, somebody that actually boxes and uses his jab. But now, I'm not sure if the turning point, maybe it was against Andre Berto. I'm not 100% sure, but I remember him putting Andre Berto through some rough and tumble things and made it very uncomfortable for Andre Berto. So maybe he found some success in that way, and maybe he let go less of his boxing skills and start doing more of his intimidating skills, because maybe he's watching people like Sean Porter who put that relentless pressure and the success that they had, or Maidana and the success that he had. But the one thing about the guys, you cannot put that type of pressure against somebody who's better than you at it. And him doing that played right in the hands of Omar Figueroa. I'm about to butcher his name, Figueroa. And which brings me to this. What you hear throughout this fight, guys. And an uppercut! Another uppercut! And it was landing at will, guys. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think Omar sat down with Ken Ryu and is it Sagat? What is his name right here? I'm not sure. I might be butchering his name. And he asked him, guys, what is the art of landing that tiger uppercut? What is the art of going, that dude? How can I get it? And how can I land it often and whenever I want against Robert Guerrero? And he did it. Guys, a lot of those uppercuts like literally snapped his head up. I might got a picture of one where his head was snapped up. Let me check. This is not it. I'm not sure where's that, guys. But he was snapping his head up. And a lot of times, so let's go back to this picture right here. This is the third round. Fight actually got stopped on the third round. But what I want to use this picture for right here is to show you the type of style that Guerrero was doing that Omar took full advantage of. And I'm going to say this. A lot of people are saying, Guerrero did not fight the best fight. I don't know what the game plan was. He did not fight the best fight. Especially when everyone around and everyone talking is saying that this is Omar's strength. Fighting inside. And the one thing about it, because a lot of times Robert Guerrero will come out throwing like some crazy shots, and coming inside and laying on him and laying on him. And this guy, Omar, he stayed calm, guys, and he was switching his head from side to side. Like right now, you see Robert Guerrero's head basically laying on top of the back of his head and neck. But what Omar would do is just turn and shoot a right uppercut. Bing! Throw another one. Bing! And then he would take his head and bring it to the other side of Guerrero's head and throw the other uppercut or throw some hooks. He was landing it all night, guys. Let me just take a moment and I want to give a shout out to a few people. Let me see. Alright, guys, I want you guys to check out some of my friends on YouTube that are great. One of them is our Red Sox fan. This guy is a hell of a, he calls games, he talks boxing. If you jump on it, I guarantee you're going to be entertained. My other boy is Cypher Box Pro Boxing. He makes some really good highlight videos, and a video that can get you pumped up for either old fights, current fights, or future fights. And my boy Mosley Boxing, check him out as well. This guy makes some really good highlights. I believe he just may have put one up today or yesterday. But let's get back to it, guys. So he's inside like this. Robert Guerrero. He would get hit with an uppercut, then he'll run back in there. He get hit with an uppercut, and then he'll lay back in there. And then when he lays in there, he get hit. And what you're seeing, guys, right here is Robert Guerrero, he's looking up. He's not looking at the lights or whatever, not intentionally. Omar just hit the guy with an uppercut. And this is what you see in the second round, a minute 56 seconds. I believe this might be the first knockdown of the fight. It was a total of 5 knockdowns in this fight. And he hit him. I mean, he snapped his head up, stood him straight up on his tippy toes. And then he just sunk down, guys, as if he just took a shirt and just dropped it on the ground. He just went right down, guys. And after he got dropped, then the ref come over. And then, he was like, "Oh, you okay, you okay?" And then one time, even a doctor came in and checked on Robert. This may have been after maybe the third knockdown. I'm not sure. And he was like, I'm okay. And then Robert would come out. I remember him coming out just hard. And it may have been even the third round. No, he did a second too, where he fought aggressively. He fought mad, guys. And that's the thing, Art, when you fight in like a get back type of style. So basically, this guy hits you. You know he got knocked down, and you think in your mind, I'm going to go F him up. I'm going to show him that I'm tough enough, and I'm going to bring it to him. And you fight out of your element. You run in there, you throwing these big punches, you putting your head back on his shoulder. And Omar, this guy was just so calm. He was calm, guys. He was switching his head. Go back and watch the fight. It's on YouTube right now. And when Robert throwing these big bombs, you see his eyebrows are going down mad. You see his vein popping in his neck. He's throwing every shot he can. He throwing some of them strong. He's slapping some of them, but he just bringing it what he can. And Omar, I mean, even this guy is just so calm. He's switching his head. It's like he just, this is where he operates. He was so comfortable. And he just pretty much gave it to Robert Guerrero, guys. So what I want to do now is talk about, maybe what went wrong, maybe where Robert Guerrero should go from here. So and I guess the question I'm going to ask you guys is how much do you give this credit to Omar Figueroa or for just doing his job, or how much do you take credit away from Robert Guerrero just fighting 100% wrong game plan? That's a combination. It's a combination, guys, because Robert should have stayed out and boxed. When you got somebody who's tough on the inside, then you want to box. You want to make them take chances, to get in the inside to fight that type of fight. But Robert didn't do that. He actually ran and made a slugfest. And everybody that was calling the fight, everybody was saying, this is where you want to be at. And that's where you want to be at. There's no doubt in my mind that Robert Guerrero knew that's where he want to be at. If he did not train for that, then that falls back on his trainer. Why was he not told, or why after the first round or the first knockdown, the second round, to say, hey, Don't go on the inside of this guy. Don't fight this guy mad. When he gets something good off on you, how about you be calm? When he coming inside of you until the ref gives you warning, how about you tie him up? Do whatever you have to. Make the referee do his job. But don't go in there slugging with this guy. He's too accurate. He's too much of a good body head puncher inside. He's just too comfortable. And he uses angles. He uses his head. He uses leverage. Omar, he looked nice, guys. Now, this comes to one of those things. Now I'm gonna talk about father being in your corner. You know, sometimes a father can take you all the way throughout your career, and you never lose. And the thing is, you get better. Now here's the thing, and I'm not going to say father. I'm going to say any trainer. You know, I would say fathers because it's harder to switch when you have your father in your corner because that's your father. You know, kicking him out your corner is going to cause some family issues, some tension every time you see him, especially if you have somebody else in your corner and you winning big and you getting these big fights. He feeling like he did all the groundwork to get you there, and now you just basically going Hollywood on him, taking him out and giving somebody else the credit. Now, in my eyes, the only reason you keep a trainer all the way to the end is if he's still elevating you as a fighter. If you are hitting a plateau where you're not learning no more, I don't even care if you're undefeated, it's probably time to either switch trainers or at least bring somebody else in with the current trainer to elevate your game, because once you stay at one spot, I don't care how good you look at that one spot, somebody is going to have something to stop that. And when they do, it's what do you do next? And I feel Robert probably should have made that change a while ago. I think he may have lost 4 fights in a row, guys. Give me a second. What I'm going to do is just try to pull up a quick box rec real quick. Once again, this is your boy T-Dub with Blazing the Sports. This is a live event. I know I did not shoot it last night because I was doing some family time, hanging out with some friends that was in town. And I was just enjoying life. And typically on Saturdays, guys, I'm right here either at home, my brother's house, or somebody's house, watching the fight and shooting the video. But, you're still going to get these Sunday specials from me. All right, so looks like his page just loaded. I'm not sure why my internet is going so slow. 33 wins, 18 by knockout, 6 losses, 1 by KO, 1 decision. So, let's see. His last 3 fights were losses. Before that, he beat Aaron Martinez. And then before that, he lost to Keith Thurman. So, for a long time, guys, ever since he lost in 06. And then in June of 06, the guy went on a winning streak. Boxing well, moving up in the weight class, calling out Floyd Mayweather Jr. His stepping stone to get to Floyd Mayweather Jr. is when he used that rough, tough, / a little dirty fighting style when he fought Andre Berto. And, honestly, obviously, I think maybe that's the fight that people realize that Berto really can't handle that type of pressure. Berto does well when he can keep you on the end of his punches. Because Berto doesn't have as great defense as he should, guys. Some of these guys got to learn to move their head. And then, so he beat Andre Berto. And then he goes on to fight Floyd Mayweather. He loses to Floyd, gets back he loses to Floyd. Then he wins a unanimous decision in a tough fight after that. Then he goes on to, he loses to Thurman. He was actually doing somewhat decent in the Thurman fight, until Thurman caught him and actually stopped him. But I'm still not sure what made Robert Guerrero fight in this type of style. Just in want to stay there. Why did he stop boxing? Why is he fighting with emotion? And honestly, why is he being a street fighter boxer? You're fighting off your emotion. You're fighting because you're mad. So you're a boxer, but yet you're fighting like you're a street fighter. You're trying to go back and just beat the guy up. And in this type of environment, in a boxing ring, we train to be at our best and stay calm. That's when you're at your best, when you can stay calm, when you can weather the storm, when you're not mad. Because when you're mad, you can't completely think, and be as sharp and as witty and as defensive minded and alert as if you're fighting calm and relaxed, and your arms relaxed, your shoulder relaxed, your chin is tucked. All right, so then he loses to Danny Garcia. That was a tough fight. I think some people thought it might have could have went either way. I thought Danny edged by some. Then he loses to David. Now he loses to Omar. And now here's the question: should Robert Guerrero retire? You know what, guys? I'm not really 100% sure if he should or if he shouldn't. That's the fighter's call. But I think he had a lot of shots at the spotlight. He had a lot of shots after losses on the spotlight. He had Danny Garcia, David, Omar, Keith Thurman, Aaron. He had a lot of fights to still be televised. He's still one win away to being back into a major contention. At this time, I don't think right now, I would probably advise, if I was in his corner, I would say, son, I think it needs to hang it up. It's your call, but I think you need to hang it up. If you want to keep fighting, I can't stick around and be in your corner and do this. If you want to keep fighting, something has to change, and it might have to change with me being your trainer, because for the last 6 fights, you got 5 losses. No, out of the last 7 fights, he has 5 losses. It's time to switch trainers. It's time for you to either hang it up or dedicate yourself, change everything around, and give this thing one more shot. But you got to understand this here, Robert, that you're probably not going to be on PBC. You're probably going to be tough to even schedule a really good fight. You might even get, knocked down a little bit and, be on some Friday night fights, fight nobodies. And here's the thing about when you fight nobodies is that if you lose to a nobody, then it almost kills your career itself. So if you go down and say, I'm going to get a quick bounce back win and come back, and you lose to that person considered nobody, then your career is done. But guys, this is your boy T-Dub with Blazing the Sports. A lot of you guys, I just realized this is crazy. I thought this was public for 15 minutes of this video and kind of find out it wasn't, and I just made it public. So I did not have anyone get a chance to join me live, but stay tuned. Same bet time, same bet channel. This is your boy T-Dub. What's Blazing the Sports? And we are here live.